Well, good afternoon. My name is Gary. My friends call me Gur, and this is Gur's Place. And this is another edition of Gur in the Wild. 2 weeks ago, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, I was down here in Brown County and did a cold weather camp out. The purpose for the camp out was to test my sleep system to see if it would be warm enough. Well, the temperature got down to 24 degrees, and I'm glad to report my sleep system worked very well. I had intended on staying 2 nights because I had other equipment I wanted to test, but after one night on the ground in 24-degree temperatures, I decided to pack up and leave something for a future trip. And so this is that future trip. Things I want to test today: a different backpack. Last time I was using an ultralight backpack. This time backpack is not so ultralight. It's more of a traditional backpack. Last time I used an ultralight tent. This time I'm not using an ultralight tent, a more traditional double-walled tent. And so that's what I'm up to. So to start with, this is the backpack that I'm using today. It is a Gregory. It is a traditional backpack, and weighs about 3.5 pounds heavier than the backpack that I used 2 weeks ago. The tent that I'm using is a double-walled tent. The last one I used was a single-walled tent, very ultra-light tent. Today's tent is a Kelty Late Start 2, and it weighs about 3 pounds heavier than the one that I used 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to be setting up the tent right here. I've already tried to clear out most of the sticks. A few still left, but this tent is very, very different from the one I used last time. This is a two-walled tent. The other one was a single-wall tent. Why would you use a single wall instead of a double wall, or why would you use a double wall rather than a single wall? A single wall tent, when you put it up, if you're putting it up in the rain, the inside of the tent doesn't get wet because your rain cover is already there. Setting up a two-walled tent in the rain, your rain fly goes on last, which means you're setting up your tent with the rain coming down, and it will get wet inside your tent. As you can see, I'm putting out the footprint, and this footprint is in fact made specifically for the Kelty Late Start 2 meaning 2 persons. I prefer to use a 2-person tent when I'm camping alone. That way it just has more room for me, but it also has room inside for my gear. And so a 1-person tent, at least for a big person, can be rather cramped. With the Kelty tents, your footprint is color-coded. So back here on this corner is a blue tab. All the other tabs are orange. So that then is also color keyed to the tent. And so here is the blue tab on the tent, and so I know that it goes there. The tent I used 2 weeks ago used my trekking poles as tent poles. This tent uses the traditional type tent poles. I said traditional with one very significant difference. You can see there's already a bend. That bend is there on purpose. And rather than having to thread the pole all the way through the tent. You just put one end in a pocket in the corner there, come over to the other corner, and put this end in the pocket there. And now the first pole is in. To finish setting up the tent, reach in here and grab a hook that hooks right over that. Work my way down this side, put a hook there. This one hooks there. Come over here, do the same thing. Hook goes there, there, and I work my way around the tent, putting the hooks in place. Now, if this were summer and I was not expecting bad weather, this would be it. It's a good shelter. It would keep the bugs out, but it would let a lot of air circulate. And so this would be a good warm weather setup right here, just like this, without the rain fly. Another difference between this tent and the other tent, this is what's called a freestanding tent. Once you get it set up, if you don't like where it's located, you can move it around. Okay, so now we want to attach the footprint to the bottom of the tent. And it's really a rather easy thing to do. There's a toggle and a loop in the tent, and you just put the toggle through the loop, and that end is attached. I'll show you on the front side, it'll be easier for you to see. And so on the footprint, there's this toggle right here, and on the tent there is a loop. You can't see it, it's hidden from you because it's on this side, but just put the toggle through the loop, and now that corner is secured. Here, you'll be able to see the toggle here, or the loop here better. So again, here's the blue corner. They're color coded. You got the toggle, you got a loop, put the toggle through. Okay, you put the toggle through the loop, just like that, and it's attached. So I've done 3 of the corners. I'm going to come over here and do the 4th corner. And now the footprint and the tent are attached. If I pick up the tent, the footprint moves also. So that's basic setup. So now let's put the rain fly on. And notice, I have not staked anything out yet. No stakes yet. Don't need to. If you're camping in a place where you're putting your tent on a wooden platform, kind of hard to do that with a trekking pole tent. With this tent, not a problem at all. But let's go ahead and put the rain fly on. And just like the tent and the footprint, the rain fly is color coded, and so around here somewhere is the blue corner. Here's the blue corner, so I want the blue corner to go there. So I'm just going to throw that over. The blue corner comes down and attaches right into this matching connector. And now I can just go around the tent and connect all the other corners. Now I can start staking a few things out. This tent uses 10 stakes. First thing I'm going to stake out is the vestibule. This is how you get in and out of the tent. So I'm going to stake that one out. Going to go around and stake out each corner. So to guy out the walls, these lines are attached, and so I'm just going to bring it out here a little ways, guy that out. I have an adjustment right here. Each corner has an adjustment. As you can see, the line is handily packed into these little pockets. And so that's it. My Kelty Late Start 2 tent is up. And so as I look at the tent, I can see that there are some adjustments that need to be made. I need to pull this corner down somewhat, so I can just adjust that down. This front corner doesn't look too bad. Pull it down just a little bit. Okay. And that's it. It's up. So that's it. The tent is up. And everything else is pretty much the same as it was 2 weeks ago. Again, using the heavier backpack because what was going into it was heavier. So the backpack carries more weight than the one that I used previously. And it weighs more. So for a 25-pound pack out weight, I'm good with that. If I were hiking the AT and I had to carry 25 pounds for 2,198.4 miles, I could probably do that. Although I would most likely opt for the lighter option. So thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful for any of you who are trying to decide, do you want to go hyper light, ultra light? Do you want to go ultra light, or do you want to just go light? This is actually considered light. Under 30 pounds is considered light. Anything over 30 pounds is heavy. So I hope this is helpful. If you have comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you on your own experience and preference for ultralight or for light, or maybe you like carrying 35, 40, 50 pounds. That's not for me. So just leave a comment below. Appreciate it. Take care. See you on the next one.